We've come back now to Eretz Bereishit, and I'm sitting in the tent of Avraham Avinu. Not the real tent of Avraham Avinu. And today, the tent is closed in the back because it's very windy and the sand is blowing in off the desert and making the guests very uncomfortable. But it's a perfect spot to tell you a beautiful story about Hachnasat Orchim. You see, a number of years ago, there was a boy in yeshiva, and he needed a place for Shabbat. He was here in Eretz Yisrael, and he said, there's a beautiful family called the Cohen family, and they live right near Yerushalayim, and we'll set you up there for Shabbat. He got the address, he got the apartment number, and he goes and comes just before Shabbat, knocks on the door of the family, and says, I think I'm supposed to eat here for Shabbat. They look at him and they say, okay, that's fine with us. And he sees the father quickly run and the mother quickly run. He sees them move some mattresses, and they say, no problem, you're all set for Shabbat. He notices right away that all the children had to leave their rooms and sleep in the dining room while he slept in their room. During the meal on Shabbat, he also saw that all of a sudden they brought an extra place setting for him. They didn't really seem to have enough food. He felt maybe a little uncomfortable. Same thing went on the next day. They didn't really seem to be that prepared for him. But he didn't say anything. And he had a fantastic, beautiful Shabbat. When Shabbat was over, he said, Rabbi and Mrs. Cohen, I really want to thank you. They looked at each other and said, Cohen? Our name's not Cohen. He said, no? What's your name? He said, our name is Schwartz. He said, the Cohens live next door. Oh my gosh, he realized. He had come to the wrong place for Shabbat. Now he understood why they weren't expecting him. So he told them, why don't you just tell me? They said, that's not Hachnasat Orchim. Even though we weren't expecting you, we were happy to have you for Shabbat. The story doesn't end there. This young man became very friendly with the Schwartz family. But he always felt a little uncomfortable whenever he ate there, because he saw they were very poor and they really didn't have enough food. He didn't like to go there a lot. Sometimes they'd even call him and say, why don't you come by? He said, I'm busy. He made up a story. But one time, just before he was about to go back to America, he said, I want to go visit the Schwartzes again. And he went there for Shabbat, and they had a beautiful Shabbat. And he learned what Hachnasat Orchim was really about. And right before he left, he said, I have a great idea. The Schwartzes had 4 children. So he went, and he went out, he went to the Makolet, and he bought 4 pieces of ice cream sandwiches. And he came back and gave it to the children. The children looked at him, ice cream sandwiches, and they all ran out. He said, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? Did I offend them? 2 minutes later, the children all come back in, followed with another 20 of their friends. They cut up the ice cream sandwiches, and they give each one of their friends a little piece of ice cream. And he realized that they're not used to having a whole ice cream sandwich. And as soon as they got something that they could share with others, for them that was the greatest simcha. And he learned yet a more important lesson about Hachnasat Orchim. So right here, we saw Elon, we saw Eretz Bereishit, we saw the tent of Avraham Avinu. We saw what Hachnasat Orchim, students, is really about. Whatever you can give to others, whatever you can welcome others into your home and give them from everything you have, you will be following the path of this very, very holy man, Avraham Avinu. Shabbat Shalom.
Hashem said to Abraham, Lech Lecha.